What is up, guys? Alex here from AttackOnClass.com, coming to you with an unboxing of the Vivo Hi-Fi and Smart V3. This is a new affordable. Actually, this is priced at $9,900. It used to be $11,900, but now it's cheaper. An affordable octa-core smartphone with an HD display, but get this. This has 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage. So you people who want to get, multitasking on and stuff like that, there's a lot of people who ask me about, good phones with 3 gigs of RAM. This might be one of them. This is made of metal, has a fingerprint scanner and stuff like that. And like I said, it should have some pretty good cameras. 13 megapixel face detection autofocus in the back and 8 megapixel in front. Very promising, and a 2,550 milliamp hour battery. Not a bad deal for 10K. We're gonna check it out right now. We'll see you guys in just a bit. Alright, so here's what's inside the box of the Vivo V3, and actually I'm quite impressed. There are some really nice accessories here. We have a white headphone here, we have a white USB cable, and a 1000 milliamp charger. We have the pin poker thing inside a card here, pretty nice looking. Vivo V3 quick start guide, the information, warranty card and stuff like that, and we have a free silicone case, which is really nice. And here is the phone itself, of course, which we'll look at right now. Alright guys, so here is the phone itself. If we can get it in focus, there we go. This is the Vivo V3 and it looks real nice. I say that a lot, but you gotta hand it to Vivo. They've made a really nice looking phone here. This is a 720p IPS display, and we have some capacitive buttons here that I don't think lights up. But we have a 2.5D glass right here. I'm not sure if this is Gorilla Glass, but as you can see, it's got a curve near the corner. Now there is a screen protector on this phone already, and I'm not going to remove it, just so we'll play it safe. On the side here we have, I believe, the SIM tray, which you'll poke with the SIM poker thing. On the bottom we have a speaker grill, USB port, a microphone right there. On the right we have the power button, volume rocker, and on top we have a micro SD expansion slot, 3.5mm headphone jack, and we have the very pink color on the back. Now on the camera this is actually a little bit fuchsia, or slightly lighter pink, but actually in person this is even more pink. It is rose gold, so I do accept that fact that we have a pink phone. As you can see on the back, this is the metal back right here. Probably not the most solid metal I've ever touched, but still very, very sturdy phone here, especially along the sides. We have a Vivo, trademarks right there on the bottom. Vivo V3 designed by Vivo, blah, blah, blah. Vivo logo on the back. We have a fingerprint scanner right here. Yes, we have a fingerprint scanner, which is a very nice feature. On top, we have a 13 megapixel face detection autofocus camera with a LED flash. I'm not sure if that's dual tone, probably not. But we have a little bit of a cut here and there, slightly different color and texture, but that is basically the phone. I do definitely like it. This is probably one of the most solid or best metal build phones under 10,000 in my opinion. I should make a column out of that. I should make like a best 10K metal built phones in terms of feel and quality. So there you go. That is the build quality or design of the Vivo V3. I do quite like it. I can show you the fingerprint scanner because I programmed my finger already. 3, 2, 1, tap. There you go. Pretty fast. Alright, so very briefly before we move on to the user interface part of this phone, and I'm still quite surprised by some of the interface stuff here. I'm new to the FunTouch OS, which is basically the UI that we're looking at right now. Anyway, this is the silicone case protector. Now, silicone does get dirty over time, and it does get slightly less solid, or it doesn't keep its shape for long periods of time. But it's a good way to prevent bumps and scratches from your phone, and it's nice that you get it free for 10,000 pesos. So pretty good. I like the design. It's a nice clear silicone which won't stay for long unless you take care of it, but it's nice. Alright, so let's talk about this user interface, and man, we do have a lot of things to cover with this user interface. Unless you just want to shorten that by saying it looks like an iPhone. I mean, even the wallpaper reminds me of an iOS wallpaper. It probably does. As you can see, we don't have a app drawer, which is typical for phones from China. That's usually what they do with their user interface up there. But as you can see, it's a very smooth user interface. They call this the FunTouch UI, FunTouch OS 2.5. And that little reminder right there says we do have an update. So I can't update right now. We're just doing an unboxing, but we'll find out how new the software can get by updating the Vivo V3. But for now, we'll check out the stock user interface out of the box. Now, like I said, there is no app drawer, and all of the apps will go on your home screen right here, which is fine. You can load up some widgets right here. As you can see, it is very iOS-like when you have these little menus on the bottom right there. One of the cool things, or iOS-y things, is this little control center on the bottom, which is pretty much the same color as iOS counterpart and whatnot. I'm not complaining. It's a pretty cool feature. Swipe down, you get that. And the settings menu is, as I've shown you before, it is quite iOS-like. The settings are very iOS-like. Some of the switches are iOS-like and stuff like that. I'm not complaining. Some people will not like, the quote-unquote plagiarism. But this is a 10,000 peso phone, and the user interface is very smooth. By the way, we're using a octa-core Snapdragon 616 here with 3 gigs of RAM. This display is 720p. Looks very good in my opinion. And yeah, I do approve. You do have to be accepting of a slightly more skinned user interface, even though I do find that this is very, very smooth. Alright, so a couple of, cursory benchmarks and stuff for you, because everybody asks this all the time, even though it doesn't really matter. Antutu score is 39,466, and we have a gyroscope. Apparently people care about that. That's not really important, but we're going to check out the camera right now. Alright, so here we are at the camera app, and as you can see, it's got some interesting options here. Lots of options, actually. There's a face beauty option. If you swipe over there, it looks kind of like, if it's the iOS camera. It does remind me of the iOS camera. You can shift to the front facing right here, which is 8 megapixel. Here are your settings. There's a bunch of modes right here. And there are a bunch of settings here. You can set your video size to 720, 480, whatever. Also, there are like these, I guess, skins or filters as well. So aside from all that, options, you get some filters as well. So pretty interesting camera app, and actually quite fast in my opinion. That's a very good feat. Vivo is impressing me right now with their software development side. Here's a selfie of me, very sweaty. There you go. Alright, here's a couple of camera shots. As you can see, here's the front-facing 8 megapixel camera. Look at me. I think that's pretty good, quality-wise. And the rear camera is right here. I'd say it's pretty decent detail. A little dark, but you can do something with that. Maybe the white box was messing up the metering there. But I'd say the cameras are pretty good. I want to test them out even more later on. But so far, I am impressed. Alright guys, so I think that's about it for the unboxing of the Vivo V3, and I'm actually quite impressed. This is a 10,000 peso phone made of metal. Of course, you can buy one in, I believe, gold, not the pink one right here we have. If you're a manly man of a man, you might get a different color, or you might get a pink one. This is a nice phone, I'd say. Nice metal body. The battery is 2,550 milliamp hours, which is pretty good, pretty decent size. We're looking at a 720p screen here, not a 1080, so it won't, blow past your battery as quick as a 1080p. The screen is really, really good. Look, there's a small sort of black bezel around it, but it's not as noticeable as other phones with big black bezels. So I think it's a really nice 10,000 peso phone. It's metal build, it's got a fingerprint scanner. 3 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage for 10,000 pesos. Pretty good phone for that price. I do like it. The interface is nice. I would have preferred stock Android, but this is not bad at all. You know, I'm not complaining. You know, same as Lenovo skins. There are pretty good skins out there. Just a personal preference that I want stock Android. But this is a very good phone for 10K. And we're gonna check out the software update and stuff like that. We're gonna check the performance, play Pokemon Go on it and stuff like that. But for now, this is it for the unboxing. Thank you for watching. I'm Alex from TechnoClass.com, and I'll see you guys next time.